Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the international webinar event, Crisis Management Leading Your Business Through Uncertain Time. First, let me introduce myself. I'm Novita and I will be host you for today's event. Now, let me welcome our guest for today. Welcome to the Honorable Dr. Joseph Teguh Santoso as a Rector of STEKOM University, Indonesia, to the Honorable Miss Priyadharshni as a Junior Security Reserve from Hebesec Technology, India and Malaysia. Welcome to the Honorable Dr. Sadia Anwar as an Associate Professor, Institute of Commerce Management, University of Sindh, Pakistan. Welcome to the Honorable Mr. Wibi Ardi Alvianto, M.Pd, as a lecturer of Visual Communication Design Department from STEKOM University, Indonesia. And last but not least, also to the Honorable guests and audience today. Okay, before we begin, I have a few housekeeping notes here. Today's session is being live streamed on the University STEKOM YouTube channel. And for today's event, we will start with Indonesian national anthems and continue with the opening speech by Dr. Joseph Teguh Santoso as a regular obstacle to the university. In the next session, we will begin the main event presentation by our special guest for today and continue with the Q&A session and take a picture for documentation. And last time for closing. First, we will sing our national anthems for Mr. Abdullah. You can start the session today. Thank you. Okay, thank you. And next, we will invite the most responsible person to the stage to conduct this skill international event to give an opening speech. For Dr. Joseph Teguh Santoso, the time is yours. Thank you.
Ini yang hadir, yang lain nggak ada, no.
Sebagian di Zoom, sebagian di live YouTube, Pak.
Apa?
Sebagian di Zoom, sebagian lagi ada di live YouTube.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great honor for me to welcome you to this international webinar with the topic Crisis Management, Leading Your Business Through Uncertain Times. And you are welcome to the Honorable Mr. Priyadharshni, Junior Security Researcher Hebesec, India and Malaysia, and Dr. Sadia Anwar, Associate Professor, Institute of Commerce Management, University of Sindh, Pakistan, and Mr. Wibi Ardi, Alvianto, Lecturer of Visual Communication Design Department, STEKOM University in Indonesia. As we know, in the fast-paced and interconnected world we live in, crises are inevitable, and whether it is called pandemic or natural disaster or an economic downturn and any uncertain challenge, navigating us through this problem and become and we need to have essential skill for business and and to manage our daily life. And today's webinars is we aim to provide valuable insight and strategies, sharing strategies together to help us to manage and overcome the crisis or uncertain times with effectively manageable. And from our speaker, he will share about the expertise to how to lead with this resilience and make a correct decision and adapt rapidly and continuously with any changing circumstance. And the insight also will be invaluable as we strive to build more robust and adaptable organization and business management. And this is what we need to learn and discover. So I hope all of us will encourage to actively to ask questions and maybe sharing our knowledge and experience. And I hope that we will have more interactive dialogue so we can to proceed to valuable solution and actionable solution. And I also will extend my gratitude to our speakers, moderator, and organizers for making this event possible. And in the closing, I will let us equipping ourselves with the right knowledge and so we can have better opportunities and become stronger and have better solution for anything that happen in the next or certain times or in the next crisis if that maybe someday will happen. And thank you once again for being here today. And I wish you have a great day and enlightening webinar. Good afternoon.
Okay, thank you so much for the introduction, Dr. Joseph. And we will go to the main event for our audience. If you have any question for the speaker, please add them to the chat or you can raise your hand and we'll be able to answer some of the during the Q&A session after each presenter already presentation. And today's session, each presenter will have about around 30 minutes for the presentation. Now, please welcome our first presenter from STEKOM University, Indonesia, for Mr. Wibi. Ardi. The term is yours. Thank you.
Thank you for this time for me. It's Novita, and I'm very grateful today to deliver my material about business because we know in this era in how to put in brand loyalty, and I want to share for you guys. And thank you for this time. Let me share screen. Okay. So I want to talk about how building brand loyalty in the digital age and strategies for e-commerce, how to success in this era. If you know about e-commerce, we know in every country it's same problems about this because many consumer not understand about this how to good for building e-commerce, building brand, building product. So in this section, I have three sections. First, understanding brand loyalty. Second, personalization and customer engagement. And the last, innovative approach to building loyalty. So we need to understand how to building brand loyalty and what is brand loyalty. Quote from marketing tutor: brand loyalty is a pattern of consumer behavior that tends to commit to a particular product or brand and continues to make repeat purchase over time. According to Maven, brand loyalty refers to the tendency of consumers to continue buying product from one brand rather than product from another brand. From the two definitions above, it can be concluded the brand loyalty is brand's ability to keep consumers trusting and making purchases from the brand. Consumers from the companies that have high brand loyalty will continue to make purchases from the brand regardless continue to make purchases of various influence such as increase confidence and other factors. In effect, consumers will also choose this brand even if the competing companies that are considered capable of competing with it. It is because there is mutual trust between consumers and the brand. Consumers believe that the brand is the best and most suitable for them. The benchmark for brand loyalty is not limited to increasing revenue. More than that, brand loyalty is above higher number of loyal consumers. In effect, they can also become brand ambassador or provide useful criticism for company. In section 1, how brand loyalty so importance. First, customer retention. Building brand loyalty is crucial for e-commerce success as it focuses on retaining exciting customers who are more likely to make repeat purchases and contribute to long-term revenue. Competitive advantage. Establishing brand loyalty provides a competitive edge in the digital landscape, helping business stand out amidst the vast array of e-commerce options. And third, trust and credibility. Loyalty signifies trust and credibility, fostering a positive brand image and reputation, which are essential for sustainable growth. And how to increase brand loyalty? First, you can increase brand engagement. Basically, brand loyalty is about reaching, keeping, and retaining exciting consumers. However, before you can maintaining it, you certainly need customers to know and be attached to your brand first. Therefore, you must increase brand engagement with customers. You can make customers feel that they are part of your brand. How to frequently provide updates about the latest product, promotion, and things like that. How to convey this information in two-way communication. In other words, you don't just provide information for them. You also need to open a discussion space so that they are involved in the conversation. Understand what makes consumers loyal. What from Fortune? 42% of startups fail because their target market does not match what they offer. Therefore, you need to determine and adjust from the start. Who is your brand's target market? Do they match what your brand offers? So after that, see what things make them choose your brand. Is it because they see your brand in terms of quality, price, or something else? Determine what makes consumers loyal and maintaining those things. Make sure you can make sure the brand of consistent. Continuing from the previous point, a brand must be consistent in what it offers. When consumers like a brand, uh, it means there are certain things that make them fall in love with the brand. So, however, if what they like is not consistent, there is a big possibility that they will switch to another brand. So, you can create, this is very important, create an eye-catching logo. After all, a logo is a simple thing, but a deep meaning about the company. The logo depicts how the company grows and develops. So, for example, Passcode from Ames, YouTube, and Red Bull use red logo which depict active, emotional, passionate, trust, love, intensity, and aggressiveness. With a good logo, a brand will be easily recognized by a customer and display the consistency of the brand itself. Introduce your brand values. Each brand certainly has its own values. Apart from product, brand values is also the reason why customers choose the brand. Believe that the company has similar values to themselves. Therefore, introduce your brand values as widely as possible to convince customers that your brand is the most suitable choice for them. So, how to bring customers back? Ultimately, brand loyalty is about consumers returning to use a brand's product or service. So you have to make sure that they will choose your brand again. There are various methods. You can create member cards, promos, subscription, and so on. That this this uh, this thing will bind your customer to become loyal customer and choose your brand again. Elements of brand loyalty. Cost consistency in branding, including messaging, visual identity, and customer experience. Foster familiarity and trust among consumers. Quality product and service. Providing high quality product and exceptional customer service build confidence and encourage repeat purchase. Emotional connection. Creating an emotional bond with customers through storytelling, shared values, and meaningful interaction enhance brand loyalty. So, we need to know about brand equity definition, element, how to improve an example of brands. You need to know that brand equity is one of the important things in the business. Brand equity, or what can also be said as brand equity, is that added value that a company has when compared to its competitor. Brand equity is also influenced by consumer perception and experience. Building brand equity is important and need to consider the business activities because every company will definitely try to have positive brand equity if a company has superior brand equity, then consumers will also have confidence in the product it makes. Consumer will choose product from the brand compared to other product out there and are willing to pay a high price for the company's product or service, even though they can get the same thing from other brands. However, business also needs to provide value to its consumers, not just limited to product. Brands that carry values will be closer to their consumers and superior to their competitors. And this basic element of brand equity, one of the most difficult things to do when increasing brand equity, it's maintaining the stability of consumer trust in the long term. Therefore, there are several basic elements in effort to build brand equity. The following are the basic elements of brand equity. First, what do you know about brand awareness? You can type in live chat. So the first element is brand awareness, which is the level of consumers' recognition of the brand. In this stage, Consumer will be made familiar with the product. When consumers are familiar with the product, it is hoped that there will be an urge to buy the product. There are several ways you can increase brand awareness among consumers, such as providing free trial, sponsorship, or um, even marketing and product placement in several places. If you are new starting business or are just starting up, you can increase brand awareness by creating a website. So in this era, we know to lot about social media. Like you can create Instagram account, TikTok account, or you can writing a blog on topics related to your product. And in the second, brand association. The next element in the brand equity is brand association. This is the states where your product sticks in the minds and hearts of consumers. Brand association can be said to be a connection between a brand and its concept so that it is easy to remember. This association can be name, logo, concept, or emotion related to the experience when someone interacts with the product. In a real example is when you want to buy mineral water. The first brand that comes to your mind in Indonesia is called Aqua. The reason is Aqua itself is translation of water like this. So remembering it is not difficult. Another example is when you discuss instant noodle. I think in every country know about this brand, instant noodle. The first brand that comes to your mind is Indomie. So it can be said that they can Indomie brand replace the word instant noodle itself. Brands with high equity can occur if they have positive association from consumers. How a company positions the brand among its competitors. A brand that is positioning correctly will look competitive and attractive in the eyes of consumers. Impressive quality. Apart from using strategy as a businessman, you also need to give consumers an impression of marketing product. You need to know whether they are satisfied or disappointed with your product and find out the reason you can improve production quality in the future. Because perceived quality is related to product or services. To get a positive impression, you need to strengthen quality and customer experience. Brand loyalty. Brand loyalty or loyalty to a brand is a positive perception in the minds of consumers regarding certain product. This perception will create loyalty so that consumers will continue to buy and use the product you create. Brand loyalty refers to consumer loyalty to product from a brand. When it's reached this stage, consumer will find it difficult to switch to other product even though they are allured by cheap price and so on. And a long-term relationship with customers will also be relatively longer lasting. If you launch new product, customer will happily choose to their favorite brand over competitor. Property brand asset. Brand equity can increase positively if a brand continues to product new innovation that keep up with the times. This is done to build a positive image in the eyes of consumers that a brand must actively pay attention to user behavior flexibility. An example that we can type is the Nokia brand cell phone, which was the king of the cell phone market, which ultimately failed to develop and collapse to competitors. This is because Nokia rejects Android and still insists on maintaining Windows. Meanwhile, user behavior will change over time, so brand innovation and flexibility are also needed. Benefit of building brand equity. Not only it able to increase sales value, product marketing traffic, brand equity can also contribute many other benefits to the company. The following are the benefits of brand equity. First, able to survive amidst competition. When a brand or product have gained trust from customers, this will set the stage for exiting competition. If uh, if we take a concept example, the iPhone, Samsung brand are still equally popular with gadget lover, even though many brands have emerged. This is because both brands have received full trust from their users. If you create a strong brand, you will also be able to get generous customers. You don't need it. You don't need it to move too much and carry on usually with whatever happens, including the increase in business competition. You don't need to move too much and carry on as usual with whatever happens, including the increase in business competitors. But you already have loyal customers. Get loyal customers. By increasing brand equity, you will get loyal customers. If brand equity is formed consistently, customers will have more and more trust in the brand. Several studies have proven that more than 59% of consumers will purchase the same brand they trust.
Maaf Pak Wibi, untuk slide-nya konfirmasi di slide ini atau udah next slide?
The next. Okay, how to building trust and credibility. Transparency, open and honest communication about product, services, and business practice cultivate trust and credibility among customers. Second, social proof. Showcasing positive reviews, testimonials, and user-generated content reinforce the reliability and desirability of the brand. Third, consistent delivery. Ensuring consistent in delivery and promise such as shipping time, product quality, and uh, customer support enforce trust and reliability. And how to build and increase brand equity. To obtain the benefits above, the company will use various effective methods to build good brand equity in the eyes of consumers. Here are ways to build brand equity that you can look at. Yes, case study in brand loyalty, Amazon, Nike, Apple. They create a strong brand identity. Amazon customer-centric approach and focus on convenience have led to high brand loyalty with 92% of online shoppers reporting purchase from the platform. How to create a strong brand identity like Amazon, like Apple? The step you can take is to put brand equity by forming a strong identity for your brand. Create a stand-out identity and determine what your brand looks like from the consumer perspective. The brand identity must be in line um, with the product being promoted. What is the target marketing like, and well, do they need this product rather than other similar product on the market? A strong brand identity will make consumer closer to the brand. Nike. Nike's strong brand loyalty is attributed to its consistent messaging, quality product, and emotional connection through powerful marketing campaign. So you can improve customer experience by testing product. Understand what customer need and want, then adjust it to the standard of the product and services you provide. Companies must work hard to ensure customer satisfaction and have a pleasant shopping experience so that customers will back again. To find out whether your product falls in that category, you can find out by improving customer experience. Improving customer experience can be done by providing free trial product so that the public can immediately assess the quality and superiority of your product compared to competitors' product. Convey brand value. Like Apple, Apple emphasizes on innovation, user experience, and strong community has fostered unwavering brand loyalty among its customer base. You can implement an effective marketing strategy. In what way does your product reach customers? How how do you convince customers that your brand is the best choice? This may indeed be a task that must be carried out by the marketing team. Apply the right marketing strategy to market the brand. Think about how effectively reach customer because every business has a different approach according to the type of industry and target market. Execute effective marketing strategy to reach the right consumers. Choose media for promotion. Create offers and promotion to attract buyer interest. In section 2, personalization and customer engagement. First, data-driven personalization, leveraging customer data to personalize product recommendation, marketing message, and user experience enhance customer satisfaction and loyalty. And second, parallel communication. Crafting personalized communication, such as targeted email, exclusive offer, and personalization content, frankness to the bond between the brand and the customer. And the last, in customized user journey, design personalized user journey based on customers' preference and behaviors, creates a sense of individuality, attention, and care. Personalization has become default for digital experience. 71% of customers now expect company to deliver personalized interaction. Most businesses have attempted to meet this expectation by investing in their capability, but there are signs that expectations are not being met. A study by Dwelling segment found, found that although 85% of business studies believe they are offering personalized experience, only 60 of consumers agree. The technology that makes personalization possible is constantly evolving. At FD strategy, we believe that our business should invest in continuous improvement and discoverability. In first, you can starting out active personalization. Active personalization is a relatively straightforward way to give customers a more engaging experience. Active personalization is when users provide input to result in a personalized experience. For example, an app or service might ask you to specify or share your location in return for receiving content that's tailored to that information. In the publishing world, one of the most successful examples of active personalization is MyFit. This Financial Times product feature allows subscribers to follow topic of interest. Based on this input, readers can access a customer's art on the website and apps. They also receive daily email tickets based on their state preference. Even this relatively straightforward application of personalization can have huge business impact. My feed remains the feed biggest engagement driver. The feature led an average 86% increase in an individual is RBF score compared with a control group for more. Similar success has been one other published of them. Active personalization to engagement increasing by 60 at Janet and 23% at Medialis. Active personalization also provide a useful complement to more sophisticated types and personalization. Increasingly, this approach is used during onboarding flow. For example, when you sign up for Spotify, you are asked to choose from a list of artists. This input allows Spotify to immediately provide tailored playlists and recommendations over time. Spotify collects listening data to power more sophisticated passive personalization, hopefully leading to more accurate recommendations. Intermediate passive personalization based on segment. This strategy removes the friction of active personalization by inferring customer preference from usage data. Passive is Personalization takes a driven approach, requiring no customer input. Uh, Instead, a customer experience is tailored based on inference made from actual behavior and interaction data. Whereas personalization can be achieved relatively straightforwardly. The South China Morning Post (SGMP) considered a range of models when creating their personalized content recommendation feature. Raymond Rector SGMP VP of Data has explained the difference between the main approaches they considered: content-based filtering, demographic-based filtering, collaboration filtering. So, how to engage customers? This is 3 points you can use to engage your customers. First, interactive content. Engaging customer through interactive content, quizzes, polls, and user-generated content encourages active participation and strengthens brand affinities. Social media engagement, effectively interacting with customers on social media platform. You can respond to comment and fostering conversation build a sense of community and loyalty. And third, feedback and listening. Of course, actively seeking and listening to customer feedback, addressing concern, and implementing suggestions to set the commitment to customer satisfaction. Loyalty program and gamification. Reward system. Implementing loyalty programs, point-based rewards, and exclusive perks for loyal customers increasingly repeat progress and brand advocacy. Gamified experience. Incorporating gamified elements such as talent competition and reward at element of fun or excitement to the customer experience, fostering loyalty. And third, community building. Use loyalty programs to build a community of brands, advocates, encouraging referrals, and creating a sense of belonging among customers. Case study in personalization. Netflix, personalization content recommendation and tailored user experience have contributed to high customer retention and loyalty. Spotify, if you choose song, Spotify can personalize playlist for you, just for you. Recommendation and user-generated content engagement have strengthened granularity and user certification in Spotify. Starbucks mobile app and personalized reward program have enhanced customer engagement and loyalty through tailored offers and incentives. In Section 3, innovative approach to building loyalty. Brand storytelling, crafting, compelling brand narrative, sharing stories and impact, and connection with customers and emotional level. Foster lasting emotional connection. Fostering lasting emotional connection and loyalty. Cause-related marketing aligned with social or environmental cause and communicating a brand values and purpose resonate with social consumer building loyalty. Brand advocacy, empowering customers to become brand advocates, sharing their experience and stories creates a network of loyal supporters and ambassadors. Omnichannel experience, seamless integration Offering convenience through omnichannel experience such as click and collect in-store experience and personalized online interactions strengthens loyalty. Uh, Integrate loyalty programs. Integrate loyalty programs across channels, allowing customers to earn and redeem rewards seamlessly, encourage engagement and repeat purchase. Experiential marketing. Um, Impressive experience, creating immersive brand experience event and pop-ups that engage the sense and emotion of customer, foster memorable and lasting brand loyalty. Interactive campaigns, launching interactive marketing campaigns, challenge and experience that acquire active participant and engagement builds brand loyalty. Emotional connection. Using experiential marketing to evoke emotion, create memorable moments, and connect with customers and personal level strengthens brand affinity and loyalty. In case study in innovation, Lego, Red Bull, IDNB, Lego Experiential Store, and interactive marketing campaigns have created a strong emotional connection with consumer, fostering brand loyalty advocacy. Red Bull's immersive event, brand content, and experiential marketing initiatives have put our community brand enthusiasts and podcasts. Airbnb focus on storytelling, community engagement, and personalized experience has developed brand loyalty and emotional connection with user base. To increasingly scale growth, e-commerce students often upward opportunities in starting on online business again. Moreover, online shopping activity are no longer trend but have become part of people life. And in fact, starting a business e-commerce can be done by anyone. However, on the other hand, creating business that is superior to various other online business competition certainly has its own challenge. So, customer loyalty. Uh, Customer loyalty is a situation where a customer carry a transaction with the same business continuously building. Customer loyalty will make it easier for a business to survive in the long term. In fact, it's a powerful strategy to increase self-improvement. You can make customer feel appreciated, create a sense of belonging with personal approach. So you can make your brand your own brand and you can build uh, brand loyalty in many, many years. So thank you. This is the end for my PPT. I give back to Ms. Novita. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for your presentation, Mr. Wibi. And we have questions from participants in the YouTube. First question is, looking at the current competition in online store, how to attract customer attention to our product? And the second, how to personalize strategy to increase customer engagement? Thank you. Suaranya masih mute, Pak.
Okay. How looking at the current competition in online stores, how attract consumer attention to our product. In selling, including in online business, there is a phase where the product you are selling is not always busy and sometimes There are a few customers not only offering quality product. You need to write methods and strategy to attract customers to buy the product you sell us. As in known, there are many things that influence the decision to buy product online. Therefore, you need the right methods and strategy to attract customers to buy your online cleaning product. First, provide clear information through product image and description. Second, active on social media. And the last, have a lots of customer testimonial. And question two, how to personalize strategy to increase customer engagement. It's easy. In an increasing digital era, companies face increasing pressure to provide more personalized and relevant customer experience. Personalized have become key in building strong relationship between companies and their customers. Through intelligent use customer data, companies can offer tailored and more satisfactory recommendation in. So, customer engagement is a strategy that emphasizes the interaction and relationship between the brand and its customers. This approach is not only related to buying and selling transactions, but more about how customers feel involvement, appreciation, and connection with a brand. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for answering. I think it's very clear answer, Professor. Okay, and we will proceed with the second speaker, Ms. Priyadharshni, as a junior security researcher from Hebesec Technology, India and Malaysia. For Ms. Priya, the time is yours. Thank you.
Hi everyone, myself Priyadharshni. I'm working as a junior security researcher at Hebesec Technologies. Okay, straight to the point. I'll share my slides. Wait. I hope you guys can see my slides. Okay. Okay, my today's topic is a crisis management leading your business through uncertain times for a webinar. Okay, first of all, we should know what is meant by crisis management because it's not only about the business one, but also it affects our personal life. For example, everybody's parents must be doing as a part-time job or a 9 to 5 job, or it might be they conduct a business. For example, if your parents are doing some business, you should know how they earn money and how the production is happening. One is based on a service based, or another must be a manufacturing based. Sectors we have a different type of crisis management. We will see after a few slides. Okay, for example, first of all, we need to understand what is crisis management. And there are two types of crisis management. One is proactive and reactive. Proactive is nothing but it happens when it's like a precaution. We are going to build a development method or a precaution method, which will secure me in the disaster time. Like every government and every company have this part. They spend some of money to protect their information or their company from the disaster. They will do it in a precaution method, which is nothing but we will do it before the disaster. And reactive is nothing but during the disaster. It's like everybody recently, Vizrax, a blockchain company, they had around 3,000 million in their account, and 235 million bitcoins were hacked by a hacker. So this is the crisis. Here this company is facing the crisis. The Vizrax company is facing the crisis like 2. 235 millions were stolen by a hacker. The hacker did not even place any trackers on them. They just stole a wallet and get an access onto the wallet, and they stole the bitcoins. So here, what they did is, after 3 days, they assigned for a bug bounty. Bug bounty is nothing but finding the data, stolen data, or other than finding the hacker. They gave a $10,000 as a bug bounty, but at that point, 235 million equal to 1035, it's not worth. So every people in the community, they demanded more, so that after 4 to 5 working days, they restored the bug bounty. Like, if you capture the coins, and if you regained and stored in my wallet, means I will give you the 5% of the bitcoins, which means it's almost equal to 2 to 3 millions, or I will give you 25,000 if you can find the hacker. So here, what happened is, it's a disaster actually. Here, what happened is, the Visrax company took a method, late disaster management. They should be more uh, spontaneous to react those incident. That's how this disaster management works. Spontaneous thinking is main, and logical thinking is also main. We don't need a technical or a general thinking. We need a logical and spontaneous thinking person to rectify the disaster. This is how disaster management is works. And we have several domains. We can just uh, speculate them into four parts, like natural disaster, or technical disaster, or organizational disaster, or human made disaster. Okay, these are all the types of disaster. How can we identify the disaster which comes under which? Like, every organization and every department can easily comes under these four domains, because these four domains control over the all risk management. Like, natural disaster is nothing but, take an example as a COVID. Everybody faces the financial issue, and other things, like emotionally, mentally, everybody is trained during the COVID time. That's called as a natural disaster. It affected the most of the IT companies and other small businesses. Or a technical issue, nothing but the blockchain. I said the bitcoins are hacked. This is the technical disaster. Technically, we are vulnerable to the others. This is called technical disaster. Or organizational disaster. Organizational disaster is nothing but, it's happened in a hierarchical process. Hierarchical process, like the CEO and the other leaders. So it affects the low level members. It affects the low level employees. They suffer in this kind of organizational disasters, like not getting enough money, or not getting the enough time to do a task, or being shadowed by the head. These are all organizational disasters. Or human made disaster, like I had one experience recently. I had an accident, and some of members came to our office and demanded for money because of that accident. For on that day, for a whole day was wasted because of that. Because 4 to 6 members were standing outside of the office and demanding for the money. This is what human made disaster. I made the disaster. I made the day to be a disaster, because if I was more precautious, and if I was more um, secure to find the company, I should be more cautious at that time. I should not involve my company or other persons in that time. But on that time, I expected my colleagues to help me. So that is where the disaster happened, because the whole day was wasted. The whole day resources are wasted. So it's just one day, but just imagine if it is happen in a Facebook or a Google. Because recently we had a Facebook outrage, like WhatsApp and Insta also outraged. These are all the human made mistakes. Just a one person did a mistake, and it will wholly affect the overall organization. Okay, let's get into the slide. Impact assessment is nothing but we have to find what the disaster is, like how this disasters happen. We can just classify them into the four disaster management, like I said, natural, technical, organization, and human made. And adaptability is nothing but we have to spontaneously think and adapt to the situation to understand what the problem is and how can we rectify it. This is what adaptability is. If you don't spontaneously work, like in that Bitcoin thing, the hacker is just transferred the bitcoins to different wallets within 3 to 4 days. But the Vizrax is lately responded, so now it's hard to track the hacker, because in before that 4 days it could be easy to track the hacker, but now it's hard because the bitcoins are different, spread to different wallets. So this is what adaptability is. We need to be adapt to the situation and spontaneously act to the situation. And opportunity identification is nothing but we have to be more responsible, and we are not supposed to lose. If you can rectify the situation, or if you know the solution for the situation, you can openly ask your head or leaders to be execute your ideas, because they can only analyze and or view the point out from the risk management or out from the risk. But you can, if you can go inside the risk and look at what was happening, you can just identify what happened and you can report it to a head. This is called this is what risk management does. And effective communication plays a big part in the risk management. Without communicating, we can't do anything in a company. Like if you are in a hierarchical company position, if your every companies or colleges use hierarchical model, like your principal talks to the dean, your dean talks to you, you talks to your class members, like these kind of things was like there is no transparency. If there is no transparency, we cannot easily rectify that risk, and everybody says different things in their own perspective. So when it comes to the risk management, we need a team performance, not their own perspectives. Team performance gives the good percentage of rectifying the risk comparatively to the personal development things. Like transparency. Why transparency is important in this risk management? Because in a hierarchical position, transparency is playing a vital role. Because if you can't understand what others saying, or if you don't know what your leaders is delivering, then you cannot understand the risk and you cannot clarify that moment. Like empathy and clarity in message, these are all the same thing. Like if your head is saying something, the risk is about the bitcoins are stolen and we need to do the bug bounty. This is what the HR told. And the HR and the team leader will be delivering this the same message to the employees, and they will be like, in how many working days, we need to know that what kind of method should be taken. Every questions are happen to talking to the team lead, but team lead only know about the we need to develop a bug bounty, and the sum of amount are missing and bitcoins are missing. This is what he knows. But what our employees are talking, they are asking for some questions, and we the team leader can even answer those questions. Like in this part, we need the HR to directly talk to every employees to let them know what we are facing right now. In this place, every message is directly sent to the employee, or they can use a email or a postal cards, whatever the message, a social media, the groups they created. They can use multiple platforms to deliver their speech, or multiple platforms to deliver their ideas through the message. This is where clarity and transparency plays a vital role. Okay, effective communication, without effective communication, we cannot management. We cannot do any management. Like the Visrax did the same thing, but they had a hierarchical part, so that it took 2 days. I think took 2 days for them to rectify from the misunderstanding, and they only regained the bug bounty. Then risk mitigation. I'll stick to my slides so that you can understand. Okay, risk mitigations, proactive planning. Risk. There are first we should know how to we are going to handle the problems. Like we are going to technically handle the problems, or legally, or we are going to plan some other SWOT mechanisms. Like we should know what mitigation we are going to place. So we want to know what kind of risk we are facing, and we want to know spontaneously. We have to create a scenario, and we have to plan a or plan a environment which will happens to be a mitigation plan. Like proactive plan. Proactive plan is nothing but a plan that contains interactive session between the members, and that should be happened step by step and at the time. This is called proactive plan. And resource allocation. This is where the organization resources are playing. Because in this place, bug bounties is placed. Just take as an example of Bitcoin. The bug bounties placed. Here, few hackers are trying to get the hacker, and here the resources is, if I get the bug bounty, if I find the hacker, I get the $25,000. The amount $25,000 or 5% of the Bitcoin. These are all the resource allocated by the company. Like other than IT companies facing a network problem, they provided a network assistant, a good Wi-Fi brand, or a good system, or a good PC. So this will help them to easily understand and easily rectify that situation. Like Facebook did the same thing. At that point, they correctly allocated the resource to the right management, and they correctly find the bug and rectified it at the on time. But it took them 6 hours, I think. That 6 hours might be too long for the users who are only using Instagram and Facebook as an addict. But still, it's a good period of time for them to rectify it. And agility. Agility is nothing but adapting to the circumstance. Adapting to the circumstance. Here now I have a plan and the resource for executing the plan, and I need a person who can adapt to the particular plan. This is called agility. This is how rich risk management takes. For example, every company don't gain the people who are all just only know codings, or who are all know pen testing, or who are all know who can do a network thing or Wi-Fi thing, whatever. But every company needs a person who can logically simultaneously adapt to the situation and gain some knowledge about the situation and act immediately. This is what every companies need from a person. Because in a company point of view, we don't know when a risk may occur. So that's why we need a person to be a more attentive and simultaneously logically thinkable person. This is what IT companies needs recently. Like like I said, SWOT is nothing but a strength, weakness, opportunity, threat. These are all the four things we are companies based on. Every company, every startups need this SWOT analysis. In my point of view, I will just analyze my own branch. I'm working in a Karigudi branch at Tamil Nadu in India. In this branch, strength is nothing but our training and testing. I would say training, but and our weaknesses, it's in a rural area where people don't even know what is cybersecurity is, and where peoples and colleges don't want to approach about cybersecurity, and colleges don't want to create an MOUs or opportunities for the students to understand the value about WAC. And the opportunities, still we have surrounding colleges around Karaikudi. I'm not in a Karaikudi, but around the Karaikudi, we have few opportunities. And the threat is nothing but the same Eurotech company who are working in this place for 16 years or 14 years. They don't even know. They don't even provide the cybersecurity course, but still they gain the more no more people, like they provide a Python, C++ course. These are all the things they provide, but they are away from my domain, but still they gain more students than us. So in training point of view, it's considered to be a threat. For me, it's considered to be a threat, and the amount they provide for the course. They may charge 6,000 for a Python course, or 7,000 for a Python course in Indian rupees. But in here in our company, it might be 3,500 or 4,500 in Indian rupees. But for them, for the people, it will consider as a high amount for studying cybersecurity. But they will ready to provide 6,000 for a Python course. So this is the threat. This is the threat which is occurs in a people mentality. They are psychologically adapted that coding is the only source of getting knowledge about computers. In their point of view, coding is only the source of getting knowledge and getting into IT, or getting into a big position, or can earn more than 40 to 50,000 in Indian rupees, because they don't have the awareness about the what cybersecurity course or other courses which are all provided in here or other companies. This is how SWOT analysis are made. Like, I know my strength, I know my weakness, I know my opportunities, and I know my threat. Here, how I create more opportunities, I create more awareness about the company, I create more awareness about the course. These are all the things I can create. Other than that, I can create a psychological impact on the people's parents who are all trust that coding is the only computer thing child must learn. For them, it's hard to explain, and it's hard to reach. This is considered also be my weakness, because parents also play a vital role, because they only pay for the course, so that we cannot force them to join the cybersecurity course. So in my point of view, this is how I analyzed my company's SWOT details. Okay, and adaptive leadership. I will just say, like we have already seen that adaptive thinking, or logical thinking, or simultaneous act is the main part. It plays a main part in a risk management. Or else we just go and type whatever the task they give. Like a flexibility, and resilience and innovative thinking. These are all, like if you can play a game and you can study and you can score a good mark, these are all should happen in at the same time. This is what your parents demand, right? This is what your parents want you to do. You can play your games, at the same time you should gain a good marks, you should be active in the college, and you should be more and proactive in social life. Like, flexibility is nothing but the company should be, even if it is a hierarchical model, it should be more flexible from the top to bottom. Even the HR and low level employees also communicate through the channels. This is called flexibility, not only communication, but also the resource should be flexible to everyone. If the risk is happening, like take examples of COVID, everybody is affected because of COVID-19, I think. Okay, in our country and in Malaysia also, I think flexibility during the COVID-19 happened. During that period of time, everybody is locked down. I think everybody is in a home, but they got a food, water. Not everybody, but a few of them got a food, water, and good medications. This is how the government trying to be more and more flexible to from one person to each and every person. Resilience is nothing but adaptive thinking. That spontaneous thinking is called as a resilience. If a leader, if a leader won't try to move, or if a leader won't give any speech about that, then we cannot do anything. Without a leader, the company can't run properly. Like every company have a CEO, right? Every company have their own CEOs, and their job is to try to get contracts or get projects. And not only that, their job is to rescue our team, rescue the company from the risk. They are the persons who are all supporting the company from down to up. And innovative thinking, even though if we don't have any risk right now, but we might get a risk in the future. So for that, we need to be innovatively thinking, like by having a past disaster, we have to learn from that. If we have any disaster in the past, we have to learn from that and try to be preactively, and we have to create a barrier to escape from the risk. So this is how adaptive leadership should be. This is how a CEO works on the risk management thing. And employee engagement. Here I said the hierarchical module. If a HR and a low level employee can communicate properly, then we cannot develop a product properly or manufacture properly. This is the basic thing everybody should know. It's not only in risk management, but in every situation, we need to be more and more communicative to everyone else. Like empowerment, well-being, support, recognitions is nothing but every company have a employment community. Like they can say whatever they want. If they have any queries, they can post it on their in their anonymously. If they posted their queries, we can easily identify and rectify the queries. Because when we identify a person, it might be scary them. So that anonymously, if we have a channel anonymously, any employee can post their queries on there. Well-being supporters, like if a HR could see the query, and he can easily identify it and rectify it at on spot. And recognition, every employee should be encouraged and recognized at every month, because this will boost them to work at day process. Because a 9 to 5 job is not easy for everyone, because it's like a very hectic job. Because it might look easy, but doing the same thing on day again and again, it's hard for them to they get up and do their work. For that, we need a recognition or a small appreciation for doing each and every work. Even if I'm doing this seminar, or even if I did something else, I expect to be recognized by the company. It can be stipends or medals or something, coupon codes, whatever they give. I want them need to be recognized, so I can work effectively. This is how employment also plays a huge role. If a person didn't want to work as much he want, then we cannot easily rectify that risk management. Because everybody should give their 100%, then only we can understand what, how, and when we can rectify this risks we have faced. Because if two or three members didn't give their 100%, then it will affect other persons, it will burden other persons work. So it will also become a disaster. When we try to recover from our disaster, then it will become also one of the disaster. So this is why employee engagement also plays an important role. And other than that, strategical decision making. Okay, these are we have talked about logical things. Now, how to maintain the employees and how leaders should be, and how this risk management works, and what is simultaneously thinking resilience. We have already seen that. Now, strategical making decision. How we can create a strategy if we are facing a crisis, how we can make a strategy. Like if we are in a IT company, just think Visrax blockchain company, they stolen a Bitcoin. In that point of view, their strategy might be, okay, now we are facing a crisis. How are we going to rectify it? It's like they create a plan. it's like a it's like a blueprint they are going to execute, like a data driven or a scenarios planning or agile leadership. In this point of view, scenario planning is the way better method everybody should use, because scenario planning is nothing but we can plan step by step. It's like a directing a movie. We know directing a movie is not an easy job. Like we are doing the same thing here. First, we are going to cast the crew, which means first we are going to cast who are all going to work under the risk management. Second, we are going to create a resources for that and give them what they want and how they are going to work under the resources. And we are going to direct the cinema, which means we are going to create a risk management assessment. In this analysis, they use SWOT analysis or risk analysis methods. They use different methods to identify the risk, like isolating a choice or isolating the place affected by the disaster. We can isolate the problem and we can execute our solution, various solution or algorithms we have created. We can execute it privately. This is how scenario plan happens. It's like a directing. Okay, strategical decision making is nothing but we have to create a plan for that and execute it and make everyone to understand before even executing it, and everybody should give the same person to execute it. Okay, this is what decision making is. And leading with a purpose. If you are working in a company, why, if you are working in a company and that company is facing in a risk management and you don't even want to work there and you don't even like your job, then what is the purpose of rectifying the risk at that point? For that, visionary leadership, ethical inspire leadership, and inspiring confidence. Here, you are working in a company. Visionary leadership and ethical leadership is nothing but a leader must know why and what makes you to come here and work for us. And they only know what position you can fit in and what resources you need. And inspiring conference is nothing but just a leader can only inspire the overall employees to work. They inspire them to work, or they inspire them to rectify our things spontaneously. Even I joined this company because of my CEO, because my director is very sweet person, because he's a good teacher. He taught me ethical hacking, and in that point of view, here I'm working right now because of him. So the inspiring conference, the leader should be more inspiring. He should be face. He should be in a first place to the risk, because then only the peoples who are all working with him can trust him and move forward with the problem. And innovation adaptation, it's the same kind of thing. If we want to create a strategy, we need to be more innovative and adaptive to the situation, which will help them everyone to understand what kind of problem we are facing and what kind of solution we need. Okay. And resilient leadership legacy, at the point where we have everything, we need risk management strategy, we have resources, we have people who can work in the risk management, and we created a community. In this point of view, a leader should be the first person to approach the risk. A leader should be the first person to approach the risk, because he can only create the inspiration to the others. He can only create the inspiration to others because he goes first and he put himself first, so that other people trust that okay, it's going to be a easy process, we are going to do what we thought to. Okay, this is what resilient leadership legacy. In this point of view, we rectified a disaster. Now we are going to maintain futuristic view. Like if we have any queries, or if we are going to face any future queries, we might be ready by now. We might be ready by now, because the uh, reader is right now free for you. Now he can approach you, or you can approach him, so that he can understand what the queries are happening, or what are all the things that he want to know. You can just approach him right now, so that in this point of view, everybody should be equalizely working on the same thing. This is how a problem can. It's like a doctor or a medical thing. Take example. It's a very easy example. Everybody can understand. Like if you are if you got an accident, you have a injury in your knee. So doctor should be more careful. First he test your head, shoulder, and other joints. Is there any broken bones or plates in there? If there is any bleed, okay, now you have an injury in knee. Okay, so now I'm going to isolate your leg. Like I'm going to spray some antibiotics, and I will give you some antibiotics. You can take it at night. So the doctor will be focusing on the leg only. First, they have checked everywhere. Now we have isolated the leg. So now the only work of a doctor is only reacting to the wound which is happened in the leg. This is how risk management is happening. The only purpose of looking is first after doing all the strategies and things, we have to isolate the problem and rectify it. This is how we do the risk management. And yes, by now I finished my slides. I hope you had a wonderful time, and I hope you had understand my topics and my session. If there is any doubt, just ping me or slide in the comments. I'll clarify it.
Okay, thank you for your presentation, Ms. Priyadharshni. And we have two questions from participants in the Zoom chat. First, we have question from Ms. Nani. How to guard against external threat from SWOT analyze? Thank you. And then the second question from Ms. Kayla. Could you elaborate on the key difference between proactive and reactive crisis management strategy and provide example of how business have successfully implemented this across during period of uncertainty? Thank you. The question already right in the chat box.
Okay. Okay. The external SWOT threats. Okay. It's nothing but external threats like SWOT threats. Like if you want to find SWOT analysis, you should be more innovative, collaborative, and find the difference between your employees. Find the difference between your colleagues. If you have a different perspective and your colleague have a different perspective about your company, so you should know the difference between between you and your colleagues, so that you can came to a conclusion about the analysis you had. It's like a more than our four to five, 6 members have the same thoughts or different thoughts about the company. In this point of view, you can have a different kind of solutions to different to a same problem. It's like one might work or another might won't work. For that we need analysis like a SWOT. In that point of view, you need a collaboration, and innovation is the main thing between your colleagues. And mm, and one more question. Proactive and reactive. Proactive is nothing but if you are just take example as a COVID-19. If we were a proactive country like Serbia or America say American countries, we should be more like they provided an insurance, and they created a lockdown before everyone else created, and they gave free vaccines for everyone like India does. It's like proactive. We are trying to create a precaution method. For example, in India, in 90s, we had a chicken pox things for everyone. I think everybody should be known about that. I think in that period of time, nobody's know about what is chicken pox. It's like it's a common thing here because of the heat of the country. In that period of time, everybody was like, okay, it's like a chicken pox. What else could gonna happen? Then only people started dying, so that the people started dying during summertime. So government took a precaution. Every child who are all born should get a vaccine, polio vaccine, after 40 to 50 days. It's like a precaution method. If you are they are injecting a virus in yourself and you get a fever, then your body is ready to fight against the fever, which means in future if you got any polio virus in your body, you got the WBC cells who are all ready to fight the same fever. they are trained in the childhood. Like this is called a precaution method. This is called preact. Your body is ready to fight the same fever because you know it will come, or if your body can against create an WBC for that. It's same thing happens in company sites. Like if a company is already injected a risk management, they have tried 3 to 5 different type of risk can occur to the company by analyzing the weakness or a threat to the company using SWOT methods. So that they have created they have already artificially created a risk now. Now they can find a solution to rectify the risk. Like Facebook already got hacked, or I think got 6 days, 6 hours. I said 6 hours. They have been stuck. It's like reactive time. There should be more. I think recently also Windows also got a blue screen method, blue screen issue. I think everybody have faced. Windows 11 users must be Cybertruck. Yeah, that could be a good example. I think for a reactive. In proactive, they should be more proactive because cybersecurity company they provided an antivirus, and they should test it first. They should be testing it first in their system so that it will be helped them to analyze the situation. But they have tested it in a few system and then they run it properly, so that they only it's a weakness. I think it's not considered to be a threat, but it's considered to be a weakness. And reactive is nothing but they created a urgent community. The Windows created urgent community and asked the persons who are all technically available to understand what is happening and how to rectify it, because it happened on a Friday night and everybody here enjoy. Most of the IT people are enjoyed because of the Saturday and Sunday leave. In that period of time, the Microsoft was lost almost 3% shares in CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike almost lost half a percentage of its already using holders. And in that point of view, the precaution method would have be what would be the good in my point of view is they should have a uh, demo session for that. I think in my point of view they should be having a demo systems which could run all kind of system. It's the system should be from low level system to high tech system, like 6 GB RAM to 128 GB RAM, whatever the PC, it could be PC or system, Apple, Mac, whatever the system it could be. But they have every system, every kind of system which could run the Windows 11, and it should be more active than others. So the CPU methods should be in a high performance. So only we can test it will adapt to every other system. So we this is how we can create different ideas using mind clustering. Like I give a one idea and you give another idea, other also give different ideas. Through all the different ideas we can create a one common solution to the problem. So this is how proactive and reactive are different from. And yeah, if there is anything else, if there is any other doubts.
I guess no one else asking again. Yeah, thank you so much for your answering. I hope this answer will be beneficial for our participants. But before I close this event, for our participants, please open your camera. I will take a picture on the count of three. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, another one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, smile. Thank you. Thank you for your participation.
Thank you.
Mm.
Thank you.
Finally, we come to the end of webinar today. We would like to thank you for all the speakers for the wonderful information and sharing your knowledge. We hope this information will be beneficial for our participants. At least we hope to have more collaboration in the future with University of Sindh Pakistan and also Hebesec Technology. The webinar for today and here. We hope to see you soon. Thank you and have a nice day. Thank you so much for everyone and also our speaker. Thank you and goodbye.